Hey friends, welcome back to Eating on a Dime. I'm super excited to share with you today's recipe. It is Hobo Dinners, and I can't believe it's taken me this long to show you how fun these are to make. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com, and that's where we help families eat well on a budget. We love creating family-friendly recipes that the whole family will enjoy, but also that it doesn't take you all day to make. Now, Hobo Dinners, I grew up making these like in Girl Scouts when I was younger. And Hobo Dinners are basically just everything in one meal thrown into one foil pack. And whether you're grilling, throwing them on the campfire, or throwing them in the oven, you're going to love today's recipe. Now remember, you can grab the full recipe. We have it linked on every video down below, or you can go to eatingonadime.com and search Hobo Dinners. You can also just go to Google and Google Eating on a Dime Hobo Dinners, and it will pull right up for you. But also, I want to make sure, friends, let me know in the comments, have you ever had a Hobo Dinner? Let me know below. And before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't want you to miss any more of our family-friendly recipes. Now we're out at the grill. I'm going to grill mine today. First thing we got to do is preheat the grill. Now, if you want to learn how to make these in the oven, you're gonna have to preheat your oven, but go ahead and head to eatingonadime.com to get all that information as well, or stay tuned and we'll talk about it at the end of the video. So I am just going to get my grill preheated on high heat. We're gonna keep it covered and let it preheat to at least 400 degrees. Now you're gonna need one onion. Actually, we just need a half of an onion, and we're gonna thinly slice them. The fun thing about Hobo Dinners is you have like ground beef, potatoes, corn, green beans, onions, but you can make it however you want. So we actually wrap them up in foil into individual ones. So everybody gets their own foil packet. So your kids can customize it, or people that are coming over can customize it however they want. You can even make it into a little bar where you can have the onions, the potatoes, people put carrots in them, corn, green beans, and people can assemble and make their own special foil pack, and then you can just write their name on the foil. But I'm just gonna make it the traditional way, or at least the traditional way that I've been doing it. So we're going to thinly slice the onion. Well, it didn't have to be thinly sliced, but that's how I like them, so. Just take this top off, and then I'm just gonna run my knife through it. Once they're sliced, just go ahead and separate them before we add them to our foil packs. Next, we need potatoes. I'm using roasted potatoes. Any kind will work. Normally you peel and slice them, but today I'm going to leave the peel on. I've done them both ways, but you could do it either way. Now, this recipe calls for 4 small potatoes, but mine are really big, so I'm just going to use 2 today. But basically, this recipe makes enough for 4 people, so you can easily double it. And remember, on Eat on a Dime, you can actually double and triple all of our recipes. So if you're feeding a crowd or if you need more people. So this, to me, this is enough for 4 people. Ooh, those onions are getting me. So now I'm just gonna thinly slice them. And if you have a mandolin slicer, which I keep forgetting to order me a new one, I know you guys have been talking about it for, listening to me talk about it. It'll make this process go a lot easier because you can do that with the onions and you can do it with the potatoes. But don't stress about it. Like, you don't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get them sliced up. The more evenly you can get them, then the easier they will cook up. I just want to show you up close a couple tips. Is when you're using your big knife, remember we have this one linked, always try to cut on the fattest part because you're letting the weight of the knife help you out. And I kind of do it at a slight sawing feature. Don't just go straight down. It just makes it a little bit easier if you saw just a little bit. And you get these really pretty pieces. Next, you're going to need 4 pieces of foil. So I've already got 2, and we're going to need 2 more. And basically, you're going to need 1 piece of foil for every single person eating. So since this is serving 4, we will have 4. Then, I gotta get this out of the way so it can actually work. I'm moving things around, but also you'll need 1 cup of frozen corn, or you can do canned corn that's drained, and 1 cup of frozen green beans, You could do canned as well, but make sure it's drained as well. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. Then we're gonna place our 4. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 at a time right now, just to make it easier for you guys to see on video. You'll lay your pieces out and then you'll spray them with non-stick spray. I'm doing avocado spray. You could also just smear butter on there if you want to, like if you're camping. Then we're going to divide the potatoes up equally right into the middle between each one. So since I'm only doing 2, I'm gonna do half of the potatoes. And just right into the middle. And you just kind of think, you know, like if you're trying to feed a crowd, you just put enough in here that you think is a good serving for you to eat. Then you're going to take that 1 cup of frozen corn and you're going to divide it, you know, a little bit for each one. So about a 1/4 cup for each one, and just pile it right on top. And then same with the green beans. See how we're making like literally an entire meal in just one foil pack. Then we're gonna do the onions. Next, you need a pound of ground beef. I have never tried it with like ground turkey or ground chicken. You could try that, but the thing I love about the ground beef is since it's really juicy, it kind of just spreads all over into the meat. Now this is a pound, so I'm just gonna use my finger and approximate it to cut it in half, and then to cut it into 4ths again. I'm just gonna ball this up into a small patty, and I'm flattening it out just a little bit because remember, ground beef will shrink up as it cooks. And I'm just gonna place it right on top. If you would like, I think in the original recipe, I put the onions on top. It doesn't really matter the order that you place them in. I just recommend the potatoes go on the bottom because they're gonna take the longest to cook. And if you're throwing it on a grill or a fire, you know, a campfire, they need the most amount of time to cook. Then we're just going to add about a tablespoon of butter right on top of each, and some salt and pepper. Now you can, you know, the original Hobo Dinners just have salt and pepper in them because, you know, think campfire, you're not bringing a ton of spices and seasonings with you because you're at a campfire. So you're just doing salt and pepper. Now you could make this fun. You could add some Cajun seasoning. You could do some steak seasoning. You could add minced garlic. You can add garlic. I mean, you could just Italian seasoning. We've done all kinds of foil packs. Like you can even make this a Mexican version where you could add black beans, salsa, taco seasoning. Like there's so much fun. And in fact, go to eatingonadime.com because several people commented like different ways they've jazzed theirs up. And that's super fun just to give you different ideas. But I love them just like this. Now we're going to create the foil pack. For the foil pack, you're going to take the 2 sides and fold them up. Then just kind of roll them over. Tuck any food that might fall out and just roll it in on each side. And you have this perfect foil pack. Then you just do the foil packs for all of them. This is so fun and so easy to throw together. A little tip too, if you want to be super lazy, instead of doing potatoes, you can actually throw in hash browns, frozen or diced. Like frozen, I meant shredded or diced, and it'll just make this even faster, especially if you're camping. Then we just gotta place them on the grill. Now we're out on the grill, and we're gonna throw these on the grill over medium-high heat. Ours is getting a little hot, so I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit. And these are gonna cook for about 30 to 35 minutes on the grill. The great thing about these is that you don't have to flip them or anything because the grill packs, it steams inside there and cooks everything. And that's why we want those potatoes on the bottom since they'll cook the longest. So I'm gonna come back and check it in just a few minutes. It's been about 20-25 minutes, so we're gonna check them. And I tested one out and I wanted to show you how I test them. So I like to just use my oven mitts, and I'll have a link for those as you as well. They do have special ones for the grill, but I just use my silicone ones. And you can just undo with your fingers. And I just want you to see in. Now, I just like to make sure that these potatoes are fork tender. See how they're falling apart? So that's perfect. And I like to check underneath it because these are going to get done first before these. And then I just check the internal temperature, and you want at least 165 degrees, and that is it. So that's done. So now we know that this meal is ready to devour. So now we're ready to remove them from the grill, but I wanted to talk about these. There's actually these grill plates. They are Cuisinart, and you get a 2-pack, one red and one black. But I just thought I'd show you these because this would be a really great gift for the griller in your life, whether it's for Father's Day, Christmas, or whatever. But what it means is red means raw meat, and the black means done meat. So that way when they bring their stuff out, they use the red, and then you use the black one to remove the cooked meat. And they're dishwasher safe, so you just slide them right into the dishwasher. So I'm just going to use this one. I'm just literally just picking them up with my hands. Hold on. Get this last one with 2 hands. And we're ready to head inside and eat. A little bit of salt because I'm obsessed with salt right now. And I'm ready to finish it off, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope this inspired you that dinner doesn't have to be complicated to be delicious, because this one is a good one, friends. Now remember, you can find the full recipe linked in the description below, or you can always go to eatingonadime.com. But while you're there, go ahead and search foil pack, because you're going to see more of our super fun foil pack recipes that are so easy to make and super popular in the warmer months. Okay, guys, but remember, you can enjoy these hobo dinners year-round, because on the recipe, we actually teach you how to make them in the oven as well. So it's super easy cleanup on a cold day as well. So make these hobo dinners all the time. And remember, don't forget to like and subscribe. My brain was dying on me for a minute. I don't want you to miss any more of our family-friendly recipes, but when you make this, guys, the #1 way to communicate with us and support us is by leaving a review on the site. So just go to the recipe, click on the review button, and leave a 5-star rating. That's what we strive for. And let us know how you like today's recipe. I will see you next time, friends, in my kitchen for another family-friendly recipe. My food keeps falling off the fork. I will see you next time. So good, friends. You've got to try it today.